misinformation. If I may pass on to correct some misinformation. Often, we look on social media and assume what we see is real. But often, we are given misinformation. We live in what is known as a techno-capitalist society. A techno-capitalist society means that technological companies have extraordinary power in this moment in history. So let me give you some misinformation that has been passed on in reference to this current election. There is misinformation within the African American community that a gentleman, former president, I'm glad he's former, President Trump, provided stimulus checks. This is misinformation. This was a congressional act that was passed by Congress. Now, what happened during his administration that had never happened before is that he asked that his name be put on the check. This was a congressional act that he wanted credit for. So if anyone tells you Trump gave them a check, that's a lie. That was a congressional act. If anyone should be thanked, it should be Nancy Pelosi. It was a congressional act. The next piece of misinformation, that under the Trump administration, HBCUs received more money than any other presidency. That is a lie. As a matter of fact, under the Trump administration, HBCUs, the funding was reduced under him. The largest amount of funding in the history of HBCUs of any presidential administration is this current administration right now. I was invited as a speaker for the historically black college initiatives of the White House and spoke to over 70 HBCU presidents as they stated over and over again that they have received more federal dollars for programs for students than the history of all historically black colleges and universities. That is the truth. That is the truth. The next piece is in reference to the border, in reference to this idea that there is a border crisis and that it has been caused by this administration. So let us correct this. This administration, and the Democrats in particular, put forth a border bill. That border bill would have had over 1,500 more agents at the border, provided more funding at the border, but specifically, the former president, Trump, said kill the bill so that he could run on it during the election to specifically say that the border was out of control. So we have one administration that offers a bill and another group that kills the bill specifically for political reasons. I'm just giving you the information. The second piece is that this idea that is going around that black men are abandoning and moving toward the Republican Party. Since the 1970s, the highest number that black people have voted in reference to republicanism since the 1970s is 14%. Over 80%, the second highest, most loyal group of people that have voted democratically have been black men, and then number one being black women. I want to correct this because there is a narrative that somehow all of these brothers are suddenly shifting in terms of how they're voting. You can vote however you want to, but don't lie on us and tell us we're voting one way and that's not the case. All the statistics show that over 80% of brothers are voting in one particular category. Just because 2% vote in one area does not mean there is a shift. I wanted to correct that misinformation on today. And in the words of Sean Connery from The Untouchables, there endeth the lesson. God bless you. Have a wonderful day.